Hey, what's happening everyone? This is Red and today I'm bringing you a Mewtwo Sweep. So yeah, Mewtwo's my favorite legendary and I kind of just want to wreck shit up with him in Ubers, but the particular team I verse really isn't Uber besides Arceus, so it's not the most impressive thing, even though I do use only 5 Pokemon on a team, because Mewtwo's a motherfucking boss. Doesn't need that other Pokemon, so yeah, I got Forretress for Spikes, Deoxys for Stealth Rocks and Spikes, Espeon for B-Pass, Calm Mind, and Dual Screens, and then Smeargle for that ingrain. And my Mewtwo's running the Calm Mind set, but I'm using 3 attacking moves, not sub, because hopefully I'm not going to need a sub at that point. So, anyways, let's get this baby rolling. I'm going to lead out with my Forretress, and he's going to go into his Infernape, so that wasn't the greatest matchup in the beginning, so I get some Toxic Spikes off, and that's going to help me a little bit. So he takes out Forretress rather quickly. Well, I mean, it's really not the greatest. So now I send the Deoxys Defense, takes that Flare Blitz, set up that Stealth Rock, get some damage on things like Swellow, Scissor, all them. He gets another Flare Blitz, and I get my Spikes up. So I got one of every entry hazard up there. So Deoxys goes down, and I go into my Smeargle, and I'm like, alright, I can take this. Got my Sash, goes down to my Sash, and he gets Spored. So yeah, it's pretty awesome. Good job, Smeargle. I go into my Espeon right here, as he switches out into his Deoxys Defense, which is now Poison. So I'm like, oh, this is literally the most perfect thing that could happen. So I set up the Reflect, and yeah, Espeon's a motherfucking boss. So I get my Calm Minds going. I love my Espeons. If you watch my top 20, I like Espeon a lot. So he uses Seismic Toss, and it does a lot. I was like, oh god, I really hope it doesn't have it. And it had it. So I'm just going to stay in Calm Mind, thinking I can survive this right here and get my sub off. Really stupid, because I thought it was like, maybe he'll recover, maybe, nope. So I go for the sub here, failing to do so. So, and somehow he beats me. He outspeeds me. I don't really know how, but it was just weird.
Surprise,
whatever. I go into my Clone Trooper and get my Calm Mind up. He's still got the Reflect going, so that was a huge mistake with Espeon, but Mewtwo's about to make up for this because he's a monster. So he gets the Stealth Rocks. I think there's just really nothing he can do at that point, but I guess maybe for Smeargle. So I get my 3rd Calm Mind up as he goes for a Seismic Toss, and I'm like, alright, yeah, I've had enough of you. Take out Deoxys Defense. Nothing compared to Mewtwo. Sends in his Scissor here, and I'm like, oh, this could be pretty bad. But he gets that Crit Bullet Punch, doesn't do as much as I thought, and I'm able to one-hit Thunderbolt. Now he goes into his Arceus Ghost, and I'm like, oh, my, it's the god. So I take him down. So yeah, Mewtwo just, look at him, he just takes a shit on a super effective Arceus to him, so yeah. Now he goes into his Breloom, and that is quickly taken care of with the Psy Strike. He's only got 2 left here, his Swellow. Do not like this thing. Versing an NU way too much. It's a huge problem. U-turns into Infernape. It was a pretty good move here because Infernape is basically useless. So now Swellow's able to get 2 attacks off. So Swellow comes back out, takes that Stealth Rocks, gives me a U-turn, and Mewtwo lives it and is able to Psy Strike. So, yep. So Mewtwo's able to take out basically an OU team and Arceus. I mean, Mewtwo's just such a hoss. I mean, if you didn't already see what just happened, now you know that he's a hoss and that he takes shits on Arceus's. But anyways, I really hope you enjoyed that, and before you leave, I'm going to ask you, what is your favorite legendary? Answer that in the comments, and I'll see you guys next time.